Hello and welcome to day number 5 in what we're now calling the Profit Seeker series. Made a little bit of a name change. Did that mainly because it was a little bit long-winded, the road to profitability. I kind of like it, but needed something a bit snappier, something that I could fit easily in the title of a video. Specifically when editing Premiere Pro videos, I was having a bit of trouble finding a title that would fit that, so I thought it was a good time and opportunity to address the name change a little bit, and that's what I came up with. It's not the best, not the worst, but it'll do. So we're going to jump back into things. It's Tuesday today. We had to delay the next installment of this video. We didn't trade on Friday either, and we haven't traded on Monday. We made some changes to the algorithm over the weekend, and we needed to fix a few issues on Monday, as well as let the algorithm create these strategies and agents, as they're called, that we needed some time for them to find good solutions. You can't just give it an hour and then start trading immediately, right? It has to go through a bunch of cycles. It has to try a bunch of different combinations and then hopefully arrive at a solution that is reasonable. Now we've given it a day. I still would like to give it a little bit more time before I would consider them good enough to trade, especially live trading, but we are going to attempt to trade with them today. Something I'd also like to mention is that I have started trading using TradingView and basically looking at the charts, looking at raw price data, doing what I'm doing here, except attempting to trade just based on visually looking at the charts and where I think the price is going to go, where I think I should put my stop loss, and the overall trend of the market. So the only thing I'm using is a 200 EMA there. In fact, let me just switch to the tab right now so you don't get confused. This is what I'm using, the setup I'm using, just the price action, just the 200 EMA, and taking trades. So we took 4 trades, and we've actually just got stopped out of our 4th trade. So we're down 4 on the account there, which is not a great start, but it is also a little bit it's a little bit of, I guess, confidence boost that the strategy we are using, when we're using Hermes, we actually are performing as we probably should at this stage, where we're early on and we don't have a lot of experience and we're not really knowing what's going on with the market. So we're already down 4% after only just 4 trades there, and it's been 17 trades on MLFX, and we're only down 5%. So I think that's pretty good when you consider the amount of trades that we've taken. We've gained a lot more experience than we would have if we would trade 5 trades on a regular demo account. So this is helping us a lot, and we're going to jump into things, take a look at the strategies and what has changed. So we've been, as I said, working on Hermes and improving them. Some of the improvements we made was that we're never adding agents that have a negative return in their training metrics. So these are all training metrics. You should not look at these and see it as representative as to how it would trade during the live markets. This should give a rough indication as to how it would perform if the markets were very similar to when they were trained, but the likelihood of that happening is quite slim. So we're essentially training these for a particular trend, and if that trend continues, then we should see performance relative to how they've performed here. So we can just go through a few pairings. You can see the accuracies are all sort of in the positive there, and we've all got positive returns on them, even if they're very low like this. Like 520 trades to get 7% return is not ideal, and in fact we may need to address that at some stage, but we'd be looking for decent returns like this with an average return of 0.47% after only 130 trades. We're getting a healthy total return. So that's quite a nice looking agent in my books. And we should be looking for more agents that perform similarly to this here. We got an average of a 1.56 return there, and an average take profit of 15.9 pips to 10 pip on the stop loss. So that's quite a nice looking agent in my eyes. Before we start the trading, I'll give you a sneak peek as to what I was working on over the weekend. As you know, I'm always working to improve the system. We made a bunch of tweaks on different pages, improvements and things. But the main thing is the addition of a leaderboard that I've been working on. So the idea is to just encourage a little bit of competition, and we will feed into this with a percentage of our profits, right? Any profit we're making from MLFX, we're obviously going to feed back into trying to improve the system, but we also want to give back to the community that's supporting us as well. So we'll have a running profit prize pool there where we, as I said, feed in a certain percentage, and at the end of the month, the top 5 performing people will be allocated a certain amount of that prize pool. And that way it just like gamifies things a little bit, adds a little bit of fun to it. So I'm just working on finishing sort of how this looks, as well as a little bit of behind the scenes work when you're calculating the metrics and things like that, how often they get calculated, etc, etc. But almost done with this, and that should be a nice addition. I also played around with some a news feature. We were going to add a news tab here. I got that pretty much ready to go and decided that we would not add it at this stage. Then there's just little things like adding the ability to click on the pairing here and cycle between. So if we see a trade we want to take, we don't have to navigate to the top here and find it and change. We can just easily click on the USD JPY and it will change to that pairing. We immediately get a wider view of what's been going on. Instead of just 100 candles, we're now showing 500 as the immediate view. And that gives us a nice indication what is going on in the current markets. So that being said, let's actually take a look at the trades. We've got the USD JPY and we're looking to take a sell. I actually would have liked to get in the sell. I do like this level here for an entry. So if we get another signal in 10 minutes or so, we will be taking that trade. So let me just make note of that. We are USD JPY and we're looking for a sell. Yeah, I definitely would have taken this trade. That's a really healthy take profit as well as a decent stop loss. So let's now look at the USD CHF. So we'd be looking for a sell here again. I would have to say I agree. I do think this is a good opportunity to sell. We've just sort of bounced back up a little bit to this level here, and we're looking like we might be heading back down. So I'm going to take a sell there. What were we looking at? We're looking at terribly small take profits and risk to rewards. That's something we're going to need to address. So depending on what we're looking at, I will possibly change the my decision there. But if we get a decent risk to reward, then I'll take a sell. Let's look at USD CAD. Oops. So looking for a buy USD CAD. I don't mind this level for a buy actually. We've seen it recently bounce up and down and around this level. It recently touched it and then went straight back up. We have been very sideways, but you can see it's sort of making higher highs, if you can call it that. Very gradual, and it doesn't seem to be going any lower. Like it reached a new low here, but most of the levels have been around sort of this range. So if I had a stop loss down, say here, I would be happy to take a buy there. I would maybe like to wait for a green candle, so we might wait a little bit on that one. CAD, but we will look for a buy. CHF, we were looking for a sell. And you can see it's not been performing very well of late at all. Many of these trades will not have a result, but still not exactly a good indication that we should be taking trades on this, because for the last 200 data points we've not won very many at all. Let's look at GBP USD. GBP USD, we would be looking for a sell. Yeah, maybe. We are bouncing back up to this level here. Yeah, I don't mind that for a sell actually. We've got some quite good levels here. So let's look at Euro USD. Euro USD, we would be looking for... Why does that keep updating? Oh, I think I know what I've done. Anyway, yeah, that's so annoying. Oh, I know what's happening. Yep. We're updating every 10 seconds. Anyway, Euro USD. Why is that not filtering either? Oh, I've broken some things. Looking for a buy, and would we be looking for a buy at this level? I mean, maybe. I don't feel as comfortable with that, so we're going to ignore that. Euro GBP, we would be looking for a buy. Again, I don't mind that actually. We're at this level here, we're likely going to bounce off. If we had a stop loss under here, I would be happy taking that trade. Maybe wait a little bit. Wait to see if it goes below this level and closes below. So we'll just put wait next to that. Wait, but buy. USD JPY. Okay, so that's back to the beginning there, are we? We've got no AUD USD trades at the moment, okay. And yeah, okay. No Euro JPY either. Euro JPY. No. So you'll notice, if you've watched any of the other videos, that we would usually be getting a signal for every single pairing, and that's again due to the lower number of agents that we have in the agent pools. We were previously seeing multiple hundreds of agents, now we've got 85, and as I said, once we give them a little bit of time, we only got 22 in the AUD USD, that'll be why. Once we give them some extra time, they will populate a little bit more, and we'll start seeing more frequent signals, which should be of higher quality because the agents getting added are of higher quality. That is the theory behind it anyway. I'll just finish cycling. So USD CHF is really struggling. And yeah, JPY we're struggling a little bit as well. So let's look at the totals. Yeah, so we can see they're all profitable apart from USD CHF. Anyway, we should be about to get some signals coming in. So let's, again, just make sure we are ready for them. In fact, it might be a little bit longer because we won't be getting one for the AUD USD, which is usually first up for us. And we don't really want to navigate away from this page just in case we miss out on these signals coming through. So we should probably get a Euro GBP trade first, which we were actually looking to take but wait on first. Oops, what's going on here? Gosh. Okay, something's happened here. Let me just quickly look at the console. We've got some errors. Error in agent direction strategy data. Okay, that's not relevant to this. I have no idea what happened there. Passive, blah, blah, blah. It might have just taken a while for us to retrieve those rates and display them on the chart. Don't know why that's not working. Frustration. You add something, you break something. For anyone who knows anything about coding, you will nod in understanding to that. It's quite unfortunate. So, we should be about to get a group of signals coming through. They're all quite tightly taken together, aren't they? Usually they're not that close together, I guess because we've got smaller agent pools. Right, here we go. Euro GBP. So we were looking for a buy. We said we'd wait a little bit. I would like to see a green candle come through here, so we're gonna wait another 15 minutes on that one. Euro USD buy. I think we decided we weren't going to do anything there. GBP USD, we were looking for a sell. Yep, I think I'm going to wait on that one as well. Just being a little bit more picky this week about the trades. We got USD JPY, we're going to take that. So let's jump in on that. Probably should wait on that one as well. But we've taken it. And we didn't actually get any signal for USD CHF, so it's a bit unfortunate, but we'll wait again and we'll see if we get them in another 15 minutes. So we took the USD JPY here. You'll see it's popped up now that we've taken it. It's executed. I don't mind the levels. We must not have the most recent candle. What's going on here? USD JPY. Oh, we didn't. Oh no. Okay. So we should have seen that had pumped quite a bit higher there and been more cautious about this trade and probably not entered, not until this candle would closed. So why are we not getting the most recent rates? We might, in fact, we might have to just quickly take a look here and see why we are trading chart, and we should be getting where do we get the rates? Getting the rates. So we're calling the rate interval, second live rates. And I did fix this the other day, but some change somewhere must have mucked it up. So we want to okay, so changing of the instrument, we're checking to see if the length is greater than 0. If it is, then we're getting rates as equal to 0, so then we're getting rates. And every time we switch the pairing of the instrument, we are also setting the rate interval, and the rate interval is telling us we're passing in the pairing, the instrument, we are setting the interval clock, we are then dispatching live rates, which is the function that's happening every 30 seconds. And that function is querying, reading the offset for the local time. Yep, blah blah blah. We're putting loading on. We're getting the most recent 20. So we're updating. It should be updating. Let me just look here. I probably should have looked here first. 6.5. So we'll wait 30 seconds and that should update. No, it's not. Six five. So we refreshed, so we're not dispatching the function when we refresh. Because I haven't, oh, I did change pairing actually. No, I did change pairing. So we are changing the pairing. So it's setting the instrument, which is updating and dispatching this. We're passing in the pairing on the instrument. Doesn't really matter what we call it. Which is running this function. Maybe there's an error with the market's open function. We're also checking if the market is open when we're refreshing, checking the pairing. Stall dispatch, get live rates, passing in the instrument, and that. I can't see why this is not working. That's weird. Oh, well, we should be about due for some more trades to come in, so I'm going to just jump back here. Oh no, we've still got a few minutes. But I am going to refresh this. 6.4, it has changed. Well, lucky I didn't refresh. It was just very stagnant for a while. Maybe we've got an issue with Oanda. We've actually struggled a little bit with Oanda on Monday. And we struggled a little bit with the rates updating. Yeah, so we've updated again because we've got a new candle. Okie dokie. So I just wasted a good 5 minutes. Hope you're still with me. But let's keep an eye on what's going on here. We are resetting the chart, are we? No. So we're going to take a look at some of these other pairings. Remember, we were looking at USD CHF. We wanted to sell if that was going to come through. And we were hoping to have a little bit of a better stop loss and take profit, because the last one was very, very tight, on the order of 4 to 5 pips, which is far too small for my liking. Especially when you consider you'd have to take the signal, transfer it to your broker, and then execute the trade as well, which is going to add a little bit of time to the trade, and there's going to be a bit of slippage in between. We'll obviously do our best to minimize that slippage and get it as efficient as we possibly can, but there's no avoiding some form of slippage in there. USD CAD we were looking to buy. So I have no idea why it didn't update before. It really is beyond me. I'll have to look into that a little bit deeper after the end of this video. So I'm still liking a buy here. It has pushed down a little bit below this level, so I'm glad we waited on that one. And we were looking for, in fact, we actually didn't get a signal on that one, but I would have waited as well. So we're just gonna wait for that. And we wanted a GBP USD as well as a Euro GBP. So Euro GBP, we were waiting again for a buy, which we will continue to wait. And what did I say, GBP USD? We were looking for a sell, which if we get another red candle here, I will take. So whenever this updates, let's hope it starts looking like a move downwards. So I might, in post-production, speed this bit of the video up, because there's going to be a little bit of waiting here and I'm not going to keep rambling through it. So we haven't actually got any more trades coming through, so I think I'm going to end the video here for now. We might jump back on a little bit later. I know there's some stuff Armory needs to fix with the algorithm. We're seeing a few bugs, which is likely what's causing there to be far fewer signals than we're used to. So we'll get that resolved, and maybe I'll jump on a little bit later and continue with some of these trades that we're waiting on.